really, the only person that's ever going to truly be there whenever you need them to motivate you is yourself. As I drag the devil down, I will stand alone, no longer defeated. Hello! What a way to start a video. Aren't we awake now? Not really. I went to bed at 12 last night because there was a school play. I didn't get home till 12, and then I went to sleep, and I had to wake up at 5:30. And I normally wait to film a video until I like feel something inside me. As corny as that sounds, I wait till I have like a certain feeling to do a certain video. And this just literally came to me, and so I literally only have like 4 hours to film this before this is supposed to be uploaded. So let's do this. I've been listening to this band called Asonia a lot. It has a singer, Adam, who was a former member of 3 Days Grace. And I wrote down some of the lyrics from this song called King of Nothing. And this song really speaks out to me from experiences that I've had with other people that have been close to me. Not going to call anyone out. It's not a diss, it's just like something I've learned off of experience, and I just kind of want to read some of the lyrics I wrote down that really stuck out to me during the song and kind of explain why it stuck out to me. And so I'm just going to jump right in. Also, if you guys want to hear the song from Saint Asonia called King of Nothing, I'm going to leave a link in the description below, or you guys can go and just look it up, Saint Asonia, King of Nothing. But let's jump right into this. Alright, so one of the lyrics that I wrote down was, "What have you thrown away this time? Are you really that out of your mind?" And the reason I wrote that down is because when I say, "What have you thrown away this time?" because so many people will throw such good things and such good opportunities out the window because they're afraid of what the outcome of the situation is going to be. They're too afraid that it's going to be something bad or something negative as the outcome, and so they never take that chance. And so there's never really any more positive, because when you throw anything out, you're never gonna, it's gonna remain the same. It's kind of like when you're running. Like, if you don't take the chance, sure, you could run out of breath, have a heart attack, but you could keep going and try to make it to the finish line. But if you don't go at all, you're just going to stay in that place. Like, sure, there's always the possibility of this negative thing happening, or this negative thing, or this negative thing, but there's also the possibility of like this positive thing happening, this positive thing, you know. And maybe even sometimes there's only one positive thing that could come out of it, and 10 like negative things that could come out of it. But if you never take the chance and you just throw it away, you're going to remain in that same place that you are. So if you're in a dark place and you throw an opportunity out, you're going to stay in the dark place. And when are you really that out of your mind? Because like when you're always constantly throwing things away, with saying, "What have you thrown away this time?" If you always constantly throw things away, you're doing the same thing. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over, and you feel like you're trapped, you're going in circles with everything. So you can't really find a way out because you're not moving forward. It's like if you're trapped in a dark maze, like those things you used to have during Halloween time where you go into the little mazes out of hay and you get lost and you start crying like, "Ah!" and they have to send someone in to find you because you didn't know how to get out. Honestly, that was never me. I just see people and they're like that. I'd be, "Come on, dude, come on." And he's singing the corner. He's like, "No!" True story. That really happened. No joke. But, here's the other line I wrote down. It's called, "Better pull yourself back together. You could be something." Because I believe that, we're all born into this world, really, as nobodies. Because when you think about it, that sounds really negative. But when you think about it, when you're born into this world, you're a special gift to somebody. You're a special gift to your parents if you put up for adoption. You're a special gift to parents that couldn't have their own children, or people that just want to adopt a child, and you're a gift to them. So you always mean something to somebody, at least one person. And I feel like when it says better pull yourself back together, you could be something. Because when you're born, you're not really anything. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you are something, but only to certain people. So when it says pull yourself together, you could be something. You could be something amazing. Basically, what makes yourself is who you are, and what you do displays your character. And if you have a good character, you can build yourself up to be something. If you have a bad character, you might not build yourself up to be something. I mean, just say Eminem as an example. So many people thought he was a negative thing when he first came into rap. But he pulled himself together after all the things he went through in his past, living in the trailers, getting bullied, beaten. And he was able to pull himself back together and be something amazing. Now he's one of the highest people in rap. and he changed rap forever. Now white people are actually starting to rap, and there's multiple famous white rappers. If it wasn't for Eminem, that chain may not have become as strong as it is now. And then this is when the next thing I wrote down is, when did you decide to start to lie, or were you born that way? Because there's so many people that lie all the time. Like, people be like, yeah man, that guy's fake. But literally, there's so many people that just constantly lie all the time. And you think, like, when did they start lying? Or like, are they even telling the truth anymore? And I used to have a friend like that would lie all the time. And so you wouldn't know if he was telling you the truth or if it was a lie. And even if he was telling you the truth, you would think it was a lie, because he would lie all the time. He'd lie about things he had, things he could do, things like that, things he had. And it's really sad, because people always want what they don't have. And once you get it, you start searching, okay, what do I want next in my life? Because stuff starts getting boring, so you keep searching and pulling for something. And if you're constantly pulling on this endless rope, you're never going to get anywhere, because you're always going to be pulling. Sure, you just stop for a minute, enjoy whatever you're doing then, but you're going to keep pulling for something else. So like, when people always constantly lie, they get trapped in this thing. It's like they try making, like, even a false reality to try and accept themselves for who they're not. Can't think right, I'm so tired. Of who they aren't, who they truly aren't, or who they truly are. Like, they're trying to make up lies to become something that they're not. Or, I can't explain right now. I'm sorry! So tired. And then it says, or were you born that way? Because they lie so much. And I just like that, because when someone lies so much, you think, how did you become that? Like, what makes you want to live this false reality of always constantly lying? You know it's a lie. I know it's a lie. So our conversations have no meaning at all, because the meaning of it is a fib. So what's the point of having conversations with you if it's all just this make-believe, made-up thing that we both know is a fib? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I don't understand. And the next line I wrote down is, you defend yourself to the bitter end. You push everyone you know away. And there's so many people that will literally defend themselves even when they know they're in the wrong. Like, they know that what they're doing is wrong, whatever situation it may be. Like, the person knows what they're doing is wrong, and you'll try to, like, talk to them about it, and they will constantly defend themselves even if they know they're in the wrong. And sometimes, no matter how deep they are in the wrong, they'll still defend themselves all the way until the end, no matter what, and they will never apologize. There's just some people that, like, never apologize even when they're wrong, which is, I don't understand that, because I don't know. There's some people that just will never apologize and always want to be right, and never just kind of want to give up that that ego, I guess, or their alright guys, I apologize. I'm running off 5 hours of sleep right now. The word I was looking for was pride. They don't want to give up that pride of apologizing to somebody, because they feel like, okay, well, this will give up my pride, and what would I do without my pride? And then you push everyone you know away. Like, there's so many people that will always push people away because they're afraid they're going to do the same thing that someone else in their past did, and they don't want that to happen again. But if you're constantly pushing people away, and there's a lot of people that if someone does one thing wrong, that they're going to push you, like, they just push you away because they feel so hurt, like, you should have never hurt them. And it's like, even, I think this was a quote from Bob Marley that, I don't know the exact quote, but he said that, like, you'll always get hurt by people in life. It's just the point of if you love them enough to suffer, something like that. But there's always, no matter what, someone could love you to the end of the world. Like, even people who are married or in a super strong relationship, they'll fight and they'll end up hurting each other by their actions or even sometimes their words, but they're able to come back stronger than ever before. And sure, it hurts in the moment, but that's the matter of pulling through it together as a couple. And that can work with friends too. That's why whenever people just push someone away when they do one thing and say, you weren't ever supposed to hurt me, you promised me, there's no way that you're never going to get hurt by a person in your entire life. It's a matter of if you want that friendship or relationship bad enough that you work through it, and that's what makes a friendship and a relationship. Then it says, this time you'll pay when you have nothing left. Oh, when you've got nothing left. This time you'll pay when you've got nothing left. So at that point, when you're finally pushing away, people will say, you know, fine. You're like, I'm done with this. Like, there's so many people in the world, and there's so many good people, but there's also so many bad people. And if someone's constantly pushing you away, you're finally just going to be like, I've done all I can. I can't do this anymore. There's nothing I can do. And you realize that you need to move on. And by the time they come back around, you're like, I already moved on, kind of thing. Because you know that it's better for you. And so then they're left there with nothing left, which leads down to a deeper road of sadness and depression. And then it says, all the dreams you've been chasing, all the life you've been missing, it's all right here waiting for you. So all these goals and dreams you had in mind, and all the life you've been missing, as in like, how do I explain it? The way I took that is like actually living, because people are like, well, I'm alive, I'm living. But you gotta find what you're living for. Like, are you just living to sit there and play video games? Are you just living to sit there and watch Netflix all day? Like, what is your purpose in life? Like, what are you living for when you really think about it? Like, think deep. Like, what do you want to be on this earth for? Do you just want to be one of those people that literally sit there and just Netflix and chill all day? Or do you want to get up and have goals and dreams, regardless of how big the goal or dream is? Like, say you want to be a doctor, do everything you can to be a doctor. Like, don't sit around all day and just do nothing. Like, you gotta find what you're living for, and if you're not really living by like that's, you know, in that way of what am I living for, then really you can say you're living, but what are you actually living for, and what's your goal and dream in life? Like, what's your purpose? And what does it's all right here waiting for you, meaning get up and finally go for it. Like, you can find it. You have to search for what it is. And once you find what it is, shoot for it no matter what. Say, screw these people that doubt me, and screw all these people, because it's been proven so many times that even people that had no support at all, no one believed in them, they made it. Such as an example as Michael Jordan, when he didn't make the basketball team, he went home devastated. But then he came back and became one of the best players in basketball. And the last line that I decided to write down, it says, and it's so disappointing. The only thing that you're hurting, the only heart that you're breaking, belongs to you. And that's something that spoke out to me almost the most. Because it's disappointing to see that the only person that you're hurting, and the only person's dreams and goals that you're hurting, is your own self, by being too afraid and doing all these things, such as pushing people away, not knowing who you are, being literally a nobody per se by society's standards. And that's why you need to get up and become what you want to. Because in the end, the only person that you're destroying from ever being somebody is you. You can make yourself somebody or something great. You just have to be willing to put in so much work, so much effort, so much time, so much sweat, so much freaking like, I don't know how to explain, I'm gonna die. So much like thought into so many things that you do, and you gotta think, you have to challenge your own self, because really the only person that's ever gonna truly be there whenever you need them to motivate you is yourself. And as long as you're able to motivate yourself, you get that motivation and that spark to get right back up no matter what. But if you don't have that motivation and that spark to get yourself back up, and you're always looking for that person to start the flame or make the flame bigger, it'll eventually burn out, because those people aren't going to do it for you, because everyone considers this life a competition, which is honestly sad. But people consider it a competition. There's always people trying to one-up each other constantly, even people that you think are your friends. And that's what's sad, is nobody can ever just be happy for each other. It's always, oh, well, I did this, or I have this. And it's never just like, wow, dude, that's amazing. Like, I'm proud for you. I'm happy for you. You never get that. Hardly ever get that. You always get people trying to one-up you and be better than you. But what happened to when people actually would help each other out? Just today, there was a lady at a Walmart, and I helped her carry out groceries to her car because she couldn't get herself. And she wanted help from the Walmart people, and the Walmart people were taking so long. So I said, ma'am, do you need help? Do you want me to carry it out to your car? And she said, oh yeah, sure, thank you, thank you. We go out there, she's riding on that little scooter Walmart car. We're going out there, and her daughter's with her, but her daughter's not like strong or anything, so you know, I'm like super buff. So I was like, yeah, I'll carry that. And so I go out there, and I'm putting her into her car. And the only thing for me that was worth doing that is I didn't want money out of it. I didn't want the good feeling out of it. I just wanted to do it because it's the right and nice thing to do. Because if everyone helped each other with little things such as like that, just little things like that, this world would be so different than what it is. But there's nobody anymore doing kind, righteous acts just to do it because it's right. They always want some type of pay, or they want to get a good feeling off of it. And slower, the world is just going down and down, because there's people aren't like that anymore. There's no people that are willing to take out time just to do the right thing for free, just to know and do it because it's the right thing and the righteous and kind thing to do, because that is another human being. And if you're able to take your time out of the day to help someone with even something that small, do it. And that's why society is the way it is. People complain about it being so bad and horrible, and parents don't let their children go outside because they're scared what's going to happen, because you hear all these stories. We need to revive the good that used to be in this world, and the evil has dominated it the most. It's about time that people all stand up. There's so many people that want the change in the world. Start being the change. Stop being those hypocrites that are like, I want the change, but you're going around doing the same thing that society in this world is doing, because everyone continues to do that. And it's ridiculous, because there's so many hypocrites out there. And if you're going to preach it and say this is the way you want things to be, then start living like that. Because I'm so tired of all these other people trying to motivate other people when they can't even motivate themselves. So what you need to do, anybody, search for your purpose in this life. Make yourself a goal and a dream, no matter how big or how small. Look at yourself in the mirror and sit there and stare at yourself and think, who am I? And honestly think, who am I? And if you get a I don't know out of that, continue to stare at yourself and think, what kind of person do I want to be? And once you figure that out, think, what kind of characteristics or actions make me that kind of person? And become who you want to be. Become the best person that you can be, no matter what. Say, screw all these other people. I'm going to be the good in the world. And I'm going to make sure that I outshine the bad. Because, honestly, what we mostly see is the bad in the world. Because there's so many negative things on the news, or negative things that we hear. Because people always focus on the negative. Nobody ever focuses on the positive. And most of the time, the people that do, they focus too much on the positive. That's not healthy either. You have to come to the realization of there's good and there's bad. But you have to do what you know is right. And be the person that you want to be. Don't find yourself. Finding yourself doesn't do anything, because you can't find yourself. You have personality. You have a personality that makes up your traits, which shows you who you are, yes. But if you want to be somebody better and different, think, who do I want to be? What can make me a better person? And be that. It's not being fake or pretending. It's becoming the best person that you can be. And that's just it. I got way off topic. But this is why I wait till I have something that I want to talk about, and I let the feeling of what I want to say just go, and I say what's on the top of my mind as I'm doing it, and I rant on. Because I'm so tired of seeing all this negative in the world. Start doing small, kind things for people. As far as the song, if you guys want to support Saint Asonia, it is an amazing band. I'm loving it. I love their album. I can't wait for their next album. Look up some of their songs. I'll leave a link to their Vivo, and I'll leave a link to King of Nothing in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry that I was kind of like tired. Like I said, I'm running off of 5 hours of sleep. I'm trying though. I'll see you guys next time, but just remember, you gotta pull yourself back together, because you can be something. I read that off the paper, by the way. That's from the song. So yeah, I'll see you guys later, and hope you guys enjoy Saint Asonia as much as I do. And I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully I can get some stuff done. It's just been a crazy busy week, so mother beep.